that you carry, any luggage you take, all the ghosts you keep in hiding, they don't scare me away. 'Cause I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop.
Okay, Napiwaks. This is Sit Down with Nin'na, and I am Tyrone Sitting Eagle, aka Elias, aka Baby Hutch, aka Hutch Sitting Eagle Jr. And we have, could I call you Counting Coup? Or
That's disband and just film tribe, if anything, until we're going through different names at the moment.
oh yeah. Okay, all right. Well, we got Madden and we got Gerald here. Before we actually continue, wait, I'm just trying to get my levels good. But yeah, before we continue, just give us a quick introduction. Tell the people who you are one by one. Yeah, we'll just start with Gerald.
Well, yeah, I'm whoa, it's
Just bring the mic in. Just
a little bit more.
yeah. Maybe
How much this close? You want to whisper?
maybe like right about like hand's length. Yeah, right about there. Okay. Yeah, I think that should be good. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just like Tyrone said, I'm Gerald Littlelight. I'm from Siksika Nation, and I make film. At least try to, anyways. The way I got into film, just a quick little recap, is I did that Counting Coup during 2022 summer for around 3 to 4 months, and then ever since that what was that?
Oh, that was
Seemed it threw me off for a second.
my bad.
Yeah, I did after Counting Coup. I did that Trevor Soloway's miniseries, and then I did like Meegwan's miniseries in Winnipeg for a week, and a commercial or two, and then I started working here during December until now.
Oh yeah. And Madden?
Yeah, my name is Madden, Running Rabbit. I guess I got into film business just because a lot of people believed in me.
Yeah.
Not to say that I didn't believe in myself, but I didn't really want to get into film. I was just like, I just wanted to do my own thing, keep the simple life and, be with friends and stuff. But then I always found it odd that, like, out of nowhere, there would always be chances for me to join into whatever whatever it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, try not to swear. Whatever it was, and eventually I just gave in. I was just like, yeah, whatever. Let's just do it. And Trevor Solway from Nobby Collective gave me a job for, I guess, as a PA for his short film, not his short film, but Tully. He was the writer and director for. It was a short film, Tales from the Res, before it became a series.
Oh,
You could say that this was like pretty much the pilot
Oh,
for
yeah.
it because of how successful the short film was.
Yeah.
That's how the series came about, because people actually really liked the concept.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of people wanted to fund that, and
Yeah.
from there I just started doing more and more jobs, getting myself more and more involved, because I really liked being on set,
Oh yeah.
until the point of this summer where I wasn't really doing anything. So I remember my mom came in and she showed me a post on Facebook for the college that there was something going on at the college. There's like a film program. So I was like, oh, all right. It's like, and you get paid for it too. It's like, oh, even better. It's like, let's do it.
Oh, so
I gotta beat that up.
okay, 4 minutes. Mark that down.
Yeah, sorry about that. But
Oh yeah, that's okay.
yeah, that's pretty much how I got here, being with Gerald and you.
Oh yeah. Just like also too like kind of like well, for myself, I'm really into music, and I kind of like have like this kind of like playlist of songs and things that I kind of look into a little bit. And do you guys kind of treat it the same way? Kind of like you guys have your own set genre of movies that you kind of like, and kind of set of movies that you kind of push towards when you're making them? So like, kind of like that kind of stuff. Do you
Well,
veer towards that?
at least for me, I kind of I don't want to be like bogged down by one like genre or anything like that. I want to kind of
Oh yeah.
do everything, a bit of everything,
Oh yeah.
just whatever I want to do at the moment.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm doing. I like to do a comedy once in a while
Oh yeah.
because I think that's the easiest for me to do. And then right now, I think more than anything, at the moment, I'm gonna be doing kind of what's it called, more of a crime thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
These were a couple of the shorts I have kind of planned, and I don't know.
Well, me, I guess I have my own little philosophy for film is that, um, do whatever you're comfortable with. I like Gerald's answer about that.
Oh yeah.
He's comfortable with comedy because, well, he's a pretty funny guy in real life. Like he's hilarious when you meet him.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that that's where his strength is at.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, I think that you should like really dive into each genre if you get a chance.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You'll find your strength. And me, I know for a fact that my strength is horror because that's what I like, right? I
Oh
like
yeah.
horror movies.
Yeah.
So pretty much along those same lines is that, I aim to make horror movies,
Yeah.
but I'm not afraid to like make a romance movie
Oh yeah.
or a comedic
Yeah. Yeah.
romance film or like a adventure film like
Oh
road
yeah.
trips and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. 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 Kind of love film, huh? The tales of the res.
Yeah. Once
Love
upon
from
a
the
time on the
Res.
res.
Once upon a time in Happy Valley.
That's pretty sick, yeah. Actually make that.
An alcoholic and a stoner fall in love between the tracks.
Yeah.
It's so really rake, but
They both meet up trying to bring in their bottles. One for a 40-pounder, one for an ounce.
Oh my god! I don't know if we could use that, but it'll. Maybe we could, but
Right there, that's how you make scripts. That's how you make movies. You just kind of say something crazy and just keep going with it until.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess that works. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's how Doug's film came about. We would just mess with him on set, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure who said it, but I remember eventually that his film is called The Pendleton Man
Yeah,
because he had a blanket, the Pendleton blanket, and he would wear it because it was cold at night.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it, like Gerald said, it was just a joke that we just ran with it, and eventually we started making even more jokes like, oh, you should, if you do make this into a movie, you should do this and that, and eventually we just ran. Well, he ran with it, and he's
Yeah.
just like, hell yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Tales in the Res, he was still wearing a random blanket.
Yeah.
During the cold days.
Yeah.
Especially that when we were at Dan's house shooting the party scene. When everyone left, there was that blanket. I thought it was his. So I'm like, oh, Doug forgot his blanket. So I took it and I threw it in the van. And it wasn't until like the next day or the other day I kind of bumped into him. I got your blanket in the van. Blanket? My blanket's in my car. I think I just stole Dan's blanket or something.
Stole someone's blanket.
Yeah.
So just take your random blankets.
I just kind of just stuck it on that stool and then I don't know what happened.
It's just hanging up in your room now.
My new door, huh?
But I was actually like, well, when you guys showed me your videos, which one was that? The Res PD or Res
Travel
Travel Police Files? Like I really like that. It was like, I really think you guys should like go with that because, or I mean, you guys probably are or have plans for it, but like that was really enjoyable. Like I was like actually laughing. Like I was laughing at that when you guys were making it. So it just it has like the Office vibes to it. You know what I mean? Like just like
Well, that's kind of how I wanted to do it because I was the one who came up with the idea
yeah.
because we were all sitting around during we filmed it during the Count and Coup during the summer.
Yeah.
And we're all kind of like trying to think of what to film, and I think I came in late, to be honest. I don't know. I just kind of walked in as I usually do, and they're all like sitting down having their meeting, and I think it was like someone said like, "What's your pitch?" And I was like, and I just quickly make something up on the spot. I was like, tribal police, a bunch of the tribal police come back to the reserve, but they're all like really in a pit, like really terrible or really, shouldn't really have those jobs. Like
Yeah.
people you think shouldn't have a job
Oh
get
yeah.
to be a police officer. And then I wanted it to be shot kind of like how Cops is, like this
Oh
really
yeah, yeah.
handheld and a quick little interview before they do it, whatever.
Oh yeah. Huh? You want to know what would be a cool? It kind of made me think of it when I was watching your guys' video. It's just an idea, but like, it kind of gave me the idea of like, be cool to shoot like around Old Sun and get like people to like kind of like The Office comedy kind of a thing, and we'll be like in Old Sun. We'll have like the Michael Scott kind of character in there, and we have like all the workers in here, and just like the cameramen are like kind of going around, and then they're catching like the workers doing like stupid stuff. Like,
Well, we did kind of shoot something. Remember that thing we shot with Sam?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's
It's kind of exactly like you said.
oh really?
it's kind of like that, but like, but instead, like he gets fired, so it's like a documentary of him being unemployed. And,
oh really?
He's just going downhill and
Yeah, like-
crazier stuff.
like he just lives outside his office space, and he's just like trying to survive.
so 11. Okay. Oh, but yeah. So just
But the tribal police too, it was most of it was unscripted, if not all of it was unscripted. Like we kind of had an idea of like each episode
oh yeah.
or each scene, each case we call it, was we had like an outline what was going to happen, but we didn't really have the dialogue written down because we wanted kind of because none of us were really actors
Oh yeah.
except I think just Laura. She did background, and that's the only actor there was Laura. At the
Oh
time.
really?
And so we just kind of the way everyone acted was just how they act is just like all off the top of their heads, not scripted.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like we gave them
Shit.
like just like, oh, like do this, pretend to be scared, but then the rest was just all up to them.
Oh really? Gee, I just kind of like method acting.
Yeah.
Did you guys like do you guys have like plans for like a big movie? Like, well, I know you want to submit some stuff to the film festivals. I was actually that reminds me, I can't remember which movie I think it was just last night though. I went to watch a movie and there was like I think it was that film festival you said.
Cary International Film Festival.
I don't know. I think so, but that one movie actually got it got it won there, and then it was made into a movie. So if you guys like do really good in those, you could get like an actual feature film, which is kind of crazy. You guys should like
Yeah, that's kind of the whole. There's like multiple reasons why you put your film in film festivals,
yeah.
and it's all kind of the same reason, but a little different.
Oh yeah.
So you put a film fest or a short film in a film festival.
Yeah.
For to get recognition, awards, maybe if you're lucky, you get some money.
Oh yeah.
You get to meet other filmmakers,
Yeah.
or hopefully you get to sell, whatever you're bringing there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
And
Yeah.
some people want to go in there for like one thing or all those reasons, or.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm planning on doing one during the summer.
Oh yeah.
It's basically gonna be like real, like no budget, to be honest. I think the only money we'll have is for money I'll probably save up to get someone edited and to do the sound
Oh yeah.
and maybe just for the food. But I think to be honest, it'll probably just be me asking a bunch of people like do me a favor, like be in my short film.
Oh,
or
yeah,
help
yeah.
out in my short film.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's hopefully I get it. Well, I know I'm gonna get it done
Oh
this
yeah.
summer.
Oh yeah.
It's
That's
gonna be called Copperhead Gang or Copperhead.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, really wicked, huh? But yeah. Well, that is actually all the time we have for the first segment. So that went by fast. Rankly. But yeah.
Rankly, huh?
Rankly.
But-
Trademark that. Ever Rankly this one?
The Rankly podcast.
The Rankly podcast. Maybe a shirt or something. But yeah, we only got 20 seconds. But yeah, we'll be back after this short break from the sponsors. On the way next on 104.7. And to you out there, yeah, peace out. Okay. I have to put mine really far because I don't know why with me it's just loud. But yeah, we're back. 104.7
It's Christ.
CFXX with segment 2 of Sit Down with Nin'na. And what were we talking about? We were talking about film last. But yeah, we got Gerald and Madden here. Hey, give them a quick hey.
Just kidding.
Out here! Nation Station!
Really rang sound like a really stutz old man.
Preparing my whole life.
But yeah, you kind of told us about what you do. The people know you. Everybody knows you. I know you. But yeah, since we're on the different topics now, did you guys want to maybe we'll delve into some other subjects too, because we got into it with me and Gerald kind of delved into it a little bit, but there's supposedly an asteroid in 2029, right? Supposed to skim by Earth, but it's gonna be the closest asteroid to ever skim Earth. And I think there's a 2% chance, I believe. NASA discovered it, but it's the reason why it's so scary, I guess, is because when the asteroid comes, it's gonna catch. It's gonna come so close that the gravitational pull of Earth may or could bring it closer and possibly make it come for a direct hit into Earth. But how does that, guys, make you feel that there's a possibility that an asteroid could hit Earth, even though it's a 2% chance?
Good riddance. That's good.
About time. Been watching Armageddon on repeat ever since you told me.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, tell me that.
I got space madness.
Would you guys just watch it?
If I knew the exact date and if it was really going to destroy all of humanity, I'll just be chilling. I'll just be like, yo, we're having a barbecue every day. Just don't worry about it.
What do you think the world would be like if that actually happened? What do you think? You think it'd be like that show with Steve Carell?
Oh, that movie?
Yeah. Where everyone just kind of quits their jobs and then it's just kind of like a free world for the last 10 days and everybody's just doing whatever.
I think kind of, but it'll be more mayhem.
Oh, you think so?
More like just riots constantly. Everyone just going crazy. I forget what movie it is, but it's more realistic of what will happen where they just kind of same thing. The asteroid already hit,
yeah,
or is it gonna hit? And he's just kind of he just leaves his girlfriend and he just goes to this giant party.
Oh yeah,
you get to see everyone is basically looks like the end of the world. But when he gets to this party, it's just everyone just partying like it's the end of the world. That's the easiest thing to say.
So,
they're playing Russian roulette because they don't, they're gonna be dead in a couple hours.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah.
So early, Ray, huh?
Yeah.
Gee, just doing everything, huh? But gee, I don't even know what I would do. That's kind of, in a way, a little bit scary. But I mean, there's 2% chance. I know they're gonna apparently look at it, be when it goes by, try their best to look at it. Apparently, they're trying to figure out a way to mine it because I don't know if it's the same asteroid, but they're trying to there's a different asteroid, maybe a different asteroid. I don't know, but they're trying to get gold from this asteroid. They're planning on mining it or something. They were saying that because there's lots of gold, diamond, and all this other minerals on this asteroid, so they were going to try to actually
and nickel too.
Yeah, nickel. Oh, you heard about it too?
No,
right?
I've heard concepts of that. Something Elon Musk is trying to strive for.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's why he's like, well, he invented those spaceships that could be reused, right?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So that, because I'm kind of like a nerd when it comes to stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I don't follow it like as if it's my pride and joy, but I do find it interesting, and it's kind of funny that when they talk about going back to the moon, that's one of the reasons why is because there's a bunch of stuff on there like gold, nickel.
Oh
There's
yeah.
all these resources that we're running low down here, copper.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Don't you think we're like, do you believe in those theories too, where they think the moon is hollow? Apparently, in like the '60s, I can't remember when, but they were saying that uh, they launched something or tried to do something to make, uh, prove these theories, and then when they hit Earth or the moon, it sounded hollow. And there's like theories that there's like these creatures that live on the dark side of the moon and stuff like that. Do you guys kind of believe in that? Kind of like that's the reason why we didn't go back. Kind of like Apollo. Well, Apollo was at 18, I think.
No, I oh shit. I think Apollo 18, like I don't think it actually happened. I don't think they actually went. I don't know. I think it was 17 or 18 they didn't make it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And then I think that's why I think it's either 19. No, I think it's 19. They tried to go back, but I don't know. It's one of the Apollos where they it didn't actually happen. Like they didn't make it or something happened.
yeah, yeah,
But um, when stuff like that comes out, I'm skeptic, but I do find it interesting to like look into it.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because there's kind of like the hollow moon, I guess you could call it.
yeah, yeah.
There's a theory I'm really interested in is the hollow Earth,
Oh
where
yeah, yeah,
the Earth is hollow and that within the some part of the core, not the Earth's core, like the actual lava part,
yeah, yeah,
but somewhere along the layers of Earth, there's a hollow part where there's a thriving ecosystem. Even advanced civilizations from our past
yeah,
have survived there. And when I think about the moon, I think that's more plausible than the Earth because the Earth is so like huge.
yeah, yeah.
But for the moon, there's yeah, I've heard the same thing that um, I don't know what it was they tried to do, but I think they took a land survey of the moon, and there's a part of the moon where it just ends, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
kind of like you said, it sounds hollow,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and I'm totally butchering like I guess this whole story about it, but I watched a YouTube channel that pretty much explained
yeah, yeah.
what you're talking about,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah,
kind of find that interesting. I'm like, you
yeah, yeah.
know, sorry,
Oh,
Yes.
but yeah, yeah, yeah.
smokes, holy smokes.
But yeah, no, yeah, because that also reminded me about this Antarctica. I don't know if you heard that theory, like because I was actually watching this video where they think that if you go to Antarctica and look in there and kind of like because you haven't been to Antarctica, right? I haven't been to Antarctica, and there's this theory that the governments, or I don't know which governments are there, but a government is there doing stuff. There's apparently if you go past the snow and all that, you can find life there. You can find apparently dinosaurs, and apparently center of the earth, and uh, you can go there, and there's a whole other world that goes uh, that contains all this different life, and it's just kind of like a it's kind of crazy to think about, but in a way, if you think about it, uh, you know what epistemology is, right? It's kind of like the thought of just questioning things, kind of a thing, being like, oh hey, well, like a good example is like questioning that, being like, well, I haven't actually been to Antarctica, so I don't know. It could actually be real because I haven't seen it. I haven't been to Antarctica, I haven't actually. So be like, it could be a possibility. I mean, I'm not saying it's an actual possibility because there's probably science that proves it, but it's just cool to think about, just like on that note, be like, it's kind of cool if there'd be actual dinosaurs and stuff down there, or like center of the earth with new civilizations that we haven't even seen. Also, too, they've only mapped, I think, like what the in terms of the ocean, they've only discovered 20% of it. I can't
Oh,
remember.
I think it's smaller than that. I think it's like close to 6%.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah, it's not something like that. So we don't even know most of the ocean. Like I don't even think we've discovered like half of the species of fish out there, which
Yeah,
is
and I find that kind of funny because everyone wants to go to space, and space is even bigger and harder to understand.
yeah, yeah,
But yet we don't even understand our own world yet. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
because
which is
things like this, we're still questioning. Oh, is there holes in the side of the Earth? You know, is
yeah,
there
yeah,
alien civilizations? You know, we're really jumping the gun with where we are in terms of our advancements. You know, we're, I guess you could say we're a bit cocky because yeah, we've discovered things like AI, and you know, it's not like the Romans or the Greek.
oh yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
didn't have computers, but when you look back on it, I can't remember what it is, but they found a device where it was too complex for the time, I guess you could say, but it was like a clock. It had clockwork in it. But I guess what they discovered was that it was used to accurately depict the rotation of the solar system.
Oh really?
That's how they were able to find all these different planets.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and think about it, that's like from Greek times, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
This was far ahead of their time. And if you were to take that same concept with them, they were being cocky because they're like, "Oh, we have all this technology. We could literally know when the stars are going to be around, you know."
Oh yeah,
But then look at where they are now. They're nothing but just, you know, a fallen society,
oh yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
definitely, yeah. That's just wild to think about. Even with space or something like that, it's like kind of like um uh, we don't have time, but maybe I'll explain it after. It's like I told Gerald about this, and it blew my mind. It was like I watched this video on YouTube. I'll explain it because we have to go into a break in about 30 seconds. But it was like this theory, right? Of I didn't tell you this, but it's the theory of the power of infinity, right?
Oh yeah, you told me.
Yeah, 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 infinity and stuff like that, and how it affects everything else, and kind of like this glass box and stuff, and all this different stuff. I'll delve more into it after the break, but right now, yeah, we have to go into a break. This is 104.7 CFXX Nixi Nishtua. Sit down with Nin'na. Okay, yeah, yeah, but yeah, we'll be back after the break. That was segment 2. Hey, hi, hey. Come back after the break. But yeah, oh well, we're back.
We're back.
This is 104.7. Sit down with Nin'na Nixi. We got Gerald here, and we also have Madden. But yeah, we were just kind of discussing. I think where we left off though was with that theory. I
There's
want
a concept of
infinity.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So basically, what I was telling Gerald on Friday, we got into a lengthy discussion about that. Is about the infinity.
Infinity pools, you know, they're fun but dangerous. 'Cause
Yeah.
you don't know when you're gonna fall off the edge.
Yeah.
I keep falling.
The water, where's it go? How does it keep being so much water in there?
but yeah, so the idea is basically if you take a box, I seen this on a video on YouTube. So basically, if you take a box, right, and you put an apple inside this box,
Yeah,
yeah,
I heard this.
yeah, yeah, and it's basically like kind of like if you leave this box in there, right, and it, let's say 1,000,000 years go by, 2,000,000 years, after a while, right, you know, natural things will happen. It'll start to rot. It'll go down. But what eventually will happen is it'll turn to dust, right? Turn to dust, and basically, since the any if the molecules can't leave this box, dust will stay in there. And basically, what'll happen is radiation, and it'll start to heat up. Radiation will build up in there, and basically, it'll create this reaction and in turn it'll go through all these states of its actual kind of like state of matter, basically. So basically the amount of particles in that apple would be, I think it's like 10 to the power of 1,000 or something. I can't remember, but there's like a lot of molecules in there. And so it'll turn to plasma after a million years. You can look back, there could be lightning in there. You go back, oh, lightning and plasma, same thing. But like if you go, there could be like gases in there at one point, but it'll go and it'll keep cycling through all these different types of matter that it could be in. And then after a while, they don't know how long this will take, a billion years, however long. But if you go back, at one point, the theory is that the apple will be back into its original state. So hypothetically, if we do the same thing, it's kind of like, if you think about it, the universe is essentially our box. If you can think about it, like in a sense, like what if we're not in our actual original apple state? You know what I mean? Like, what if us right now is just like one of the many things that we're experiencing right now, one of the many lives or states of being in, and this is just a short thing. And I don't know, it's just a crazy concept to think about, because it in a sense it kind of that kind of like it's crazy because we don't understand it. Like we could theorize and come to a conclusion, but scientifically like we can't prove it because nobody can live long enough or remember anything, right? But it's just kind of a cool concept, I think, because it gives the idea of that reincarnation, I guess. Reincarnation
And it's funny you say something like that, because when I first heard that theory, it kind of made me think, like, you know, the way you start off that theory is that we put an apple in that
yeah,
box,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And when the box is like that, it's all man-made, constructed, right?
Yeah.
Even the apple, it came from somewhere, not man-made, but it came from somewhere. So I don't know if you're familiar with like the fourth dimension, right?
Yeah, exactly, right?
If you're like this sticker right here, you're 2D, you're two-dimensional.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't go up or down. So your whole reality is just this flat line. But if I were to just go like that, I entered their reality. To them, I just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't have the concept of up and down.
Yeah,
They
which
only
is
have
insane.
right or left. So in the fourth dimension, it's kind of like Monsters Inc., right? They go into those doors.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
they utilize the fourth dimension to get to these kids' houses to scare them, right? So what I'm thinking with that theory is that, people always say, "Oh yeah, there's a higher power out there. There's God and stuff."
Yeah, yeah.
Not necessarily that it's God, but I believe that there's beings out there that are so beyond us that they put us in this box.
That's
and,
crazy.
And when you talk about no one ever lives that long to actually make that test, well, what if we're that test? And
Oh.
those people out there
Yeah.
are the successful ones to observe it,
Yeah, yeah.
you
It's
know?
kind of like a rats in a maze kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy. Like, in a way, it's kind of like we're proving the existence of God, but at the same time, it's saying it in a different way. So, in a way, if you think about it, all these religions, cultures, way of living, especially Blackfoot culture, it's kind of like saying the same thing, but in a different way. You know what I mean? If you think about it that way, it's kind of crazy. Like, we're basically eating from the same apple in a sense, and it's just the way we understand it. You know what I mean? It's just like it kind of doesn't matter how we see it, right? In East India, right, they see their goddess is blue. Maybe that's how they see that fourth dimension being. And if they call that their god, then I guess so be it. And then same with us. We see Nadusi. We seen him as a man, when he came to Earth, and maybe that was our fourth dimensional being that we see. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool to think about, because like I like the concept that you said too, because I also had that thought of like somebody had to put the apple in there, kind of a thing. And what if there's multiple boxes, right? That they're looking at, even us, like let's say I take that same concept, and I put a pear in there instead of an apple, right? And it's kind of the same fruit, same texture, same skin. Has skin. It has a little end at it that you can twist off, but it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? But in turn, if I go out like to the kitchen, let's say downstairs, and I do that, technically I created a universe. You know what I mean? If we look close enough, there's actual cells in there living. So it's like kind of like those cells are living in there, and I can observe that. And technically, if you think about it, that's a universe, but they don't, those cells don't know it. They're just living. And if we take it back, that we're in that box, and you could take it even further back. And then there's also the theory of infinite dimensions. And the fourth dimension is just something that's, because I know there's like a fifth dimension too, but they don't know what that is. They know there's a sixth dimension. So in turn, we have these fourth dimensional beings hypothetically that have all these fruits and things and all in these boxes, and then we draw it back, and then we got these fifth dimensional beings that we can't even comprehend doing the same thing. And it's like there's so much possibilities out there, like we could, for all we know, there could be Avengers out there, with a Superman. It could kind of like, there could be a Superman out there because the possibilities are endless. We could have probably in a different universe, we could have Gerald sitting here and I'm sitting over there making movies, and Gerald's over here making music. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing. Or like you're maybe in a different one. You're over here and I'm over there. My name's Madden. You know what I mean? And it's kind of crazy to think about. It's just like there's like that way. You could go that way. You go that way. You could like go out, and it's kind of crazy. It's just like it's just the way we put things. With the possibility, like even just in our own universe, the possibilities are endless. There could be a planet out there with alien eggs, that we haven't even discovered, or like infinity basically, and the possibility is there. But yeah.
And well, I mean, people when they talk about aliens and stuff, I kind of find it sad because our universe is so vast and so big that it's hard to even observe alien life.
Oh yeah.
Especially if they're millions and millions of light years away, because what we're seeing is pretty much an old photo. If we were to actually see photos of civilizations.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like I told our coworker Samuel about this, but the concept of like trying to photograph planets, and if there's life on them, that picture probably won't even mean anything, because by the time we get there, the planet won't even be there anymore. Probably to be destroyed. They probably destroyed themselves, or they left the planet, or they died off and a new species took over.
Yeah.
Whatever the concept might be. And I kind of trip out on this because I think about it that if aliens were observing us, what if they're like a couple million light years away, a billion light years away? What they would see is dinosaurs.
Oh yeah,
because by the time our reflection in the light hits their microscopes, it takes that long. That's all they'll see is just dinosaurs and shit. They're like, oh hey, look, primitive life, and then by the time they get here, they're probably like, oh, what the. What happened? Like, or where's the giant lizard creatures?
Yeah.
Well, it'll probably be like District 9, where an alien ship will kind of just start floating in a random city, and everything, the life that's in there, is just like what's left over from the long trip.
Yeah, like exactly. That could be us one day. And, I always think about like humanity. We're always kind of like. We always make everything about ourselves. We're like, oh, we're the first to do this and that. If the aliens come, they're like, oh, it's first contact. But we don't know. They probably use the fourth dimension to their advantage to navigate the universe. And they probably met millions of different species already.
Yeah,
and us thinking we're special. Oh, yeah, hey, come down here. They probably see us. They're like, oh, these guys are amateurs. We don't want to associate with you.
Yeah, that's probably why we don't even get visited.
Yeah. I mean, we probably do. It's just probably a quick observation. Or like, nah, want to stay here. And they leave.
Yeah.
You know, even like what Gerald said, you know, that might be us one day where we're so desperate to find something. It's kind of like, you know, back in the day when Columbus first set sea, you know, they thought that he was just going to fall off the earth because they hadn't made it that far. So it's kind of like the same thing if we were to leave our planet. We're going into the sea of infinity.
Oh,
But
yeah.
since it's larger, it's going to be a even more scarier journey because
Well,
we don't even know what's out there, you know?
Yeah.
Just imagine a British. What's his name again? Columbus.
Yeah.
Just imagine the conversation you had to have to like get everyone on board. You just kind of bust into a room, smoking a cigar. Everyone's already like scientists, and everyone are like, "Yeah, it's good. You fall off the edge. Don't bother going." And you just kind of comes in there like, "You sure about that?" And then
He's just like, what if
hear
we
me.
don't?
Now, hear me out.
What if we don't fall off the edge?
And everyone's like, whoa, hey. This is science. Get out of here with your not falling off the edge. Tom.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's all we have for this segment. Hold on, went by fast. But yeah, that was a pretty interesting topic. This is Sit Down with Nin'na. That was the third segment already. And yeah, we are back. Gerald Little Likey, Madden Running Rabbit, Asahe.
Say. Let's gather around and tell you a story. Nephew, cousin, uncle, niece, nephew. Hey, we're about to tell you a story on the nation station. Oh, that one was a little weak. Let me do that again for my ancestors. They. I'm just kidding.
Just going right for it.
This is 104.7 CFXX.
The nation station.
Segment 4 of Sit Down with Nin'na. But yeah, we were talking about
A bit of everything.
a bit of everything. But yeah, we'll just continue the discussion, I guess. But we were kind of like talking, well, like before it even started, you guys are talking about like civilizations and stuff. Like I want to go into that a little bit more because I find it really interesting.
We take off the slash for
I don't know if you guys heard this theory. You guys probably have, right? You know the sphinxes at in Egypt, right? So those I seen a theory that if you look at the sphinxes, the head is very disproportionate towards the other things. Darn it! I'll try. Yeah, there's not, but it's very small compared to the actual size of the sphinx, right? So.
Well, it's a lot colder out there, I hear.
Yeah.
Hey, you know the Greeks, they really admired, you know, the small size sometimes. Just kidding.
But yeah,
no, it's joke.
The Greeks. We're over here in Egypt. You talking about Greeks?
Hey, just kidding.
Same thing, hey.
Hey, they build stuff with stone, man.
It's crazy.
they were so there's a theory that there was a civilization that we don't even know about before the Egyptians, basically. So there's theories that Sphinx was there before them, and they just simply, you know, carved on top of that. So there was an actual Sphinx head on there, and then they just carved because, you know, they carved the pharaoh's head onto it. So it's kind of cool when you think about it. If there's like, it's probably like we don't even know about them. Like that's probably the only evidence that we have of them, because the apparently this Sphinx is like twice as older than the Egyptians themselves, and what are they, like 10,000 BC or something like that? Like
I think a little bit beyond that.
yeah, and the Sphinx was older than that, and so it's kind of crazy that to think that there's like this civilization before them. You know what I mean? Like kind of like we don't even know. You know, like what other civilizations do we not know about? Like even like what we said earlier, below the sea. You know what I mean? It's like the possibilities are like crazy. Like we've had probably thousands of civilizations, or there was even like I'm pretty sure civilization they said started a few more times, restarted because of like these different things that happen. Like good example, probably Atlantis. You know what I mean? Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis too. The Greeks or you know what else? Spartans. You know all these different civilizations, and it's kind of it's just wild to think about that. We there's probably thousands of different civilizations that we don't even know about.
But you want me it's totally off topic, but if you had a superpower, what would it be?
Go back in time.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Or stop time. Ah, God.
Mine's a little OP. It's to restore people's powers.
Oh, like that guy from X-Men. You ever see him? It's like X-Men Future Days and Past, and he's like buried underneath the pyramid, and then his power.
Apocalypse?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
He like absorbs their powers, and he wanted the Phoenix's powers or whatever. Or
You wanted Xavier because he could control everybody.
yeah, he could control people, and then he wanted to like. Then he seen the Phoenix, and she like, isn't she like the most powerful mutant in there? Is Jean Grey? I'm pretty sure.
It's a little.
Isn't
The
like
comic books are a little weird because
Yeah.
at one point in time, I guess you could say the most powerful mutant was Scarlet Witch because she was so powerful that she created her own dimension,
Oh yeah.
and with a mouth with a couple of words, she just said, "No more mutants." And through most of the multiverse, all mutants were eradicated.
That's crazy. Isn't it also too like wouldn't it be I mean I don't know much about Jean Grey, but kind of like I think I would like to look more into Jean Grey actually because I heard she could be one of the most powerful.
well with that Phoenix Force or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Like anyone could have that. Really, it's just floating out there in space. It's kind of like a disease, if anything.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like a weird entity. It's kind of
Oh
like
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
because even
Could-
Cyclops becomes the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lots,
I
of,
see
lots of
that.
people in the comics end up becoming the Phoenix, and it just enhances their powers and makes them have like bunch of. It just makes them OP for a
But
second.
Jean Grey by herself is powerful because in order to get the Phoenix Force, I guess you have to be a superior being.
Oh yeah.
So whatever power she had was only enhanced by
Yeah.
the Phoenix Force.
And she's basically she's basically
she could read people's minds.
yeah, like Professor X.
and then she could move stuff as like
Telekinesis.
yeah, she has those two.
Oh yeah, which is pretty cool too. Like also too, and I think we not underestimate. I think I don't know if you guys heard of Null. Do you guys know who Null is?
Oh, the God symbiote.
Yeah, the God symbiote. Honestly, that to think of, I guess this could delve in also to what we were talking about before, that Null existed before before the Big Bang apparently, and apparently the what do they call them? Sentinels? No.
Celestial.
Yeah, Celestials were going around and creating the universe, and then Null was like, making his sword and stuff. He was mad about like the I forget them, Celestials, for making their, taking his home, I guess, and so like, and then he actually killed Celestial with one strike of his sword, and it honestly that was one of my favorite I guess super villains, I guess, but like also too it's like I don't even know where I'm going with this, but like if they were to introduce him, I think right now would be the perfect time to introduce him because like they're doing Spider-Man, right? So Sony's I know Andrew Garfield is getting a third movie, and Toby's getting a fourth movie, and then Tom Holland's getting a third movie. Fourth?
Yeah, fourth for
Yeah.
Tobey
So
Maguire.
they're all getting another one,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna be in Secret Wars.
What I don't like about just like superhero movies in general, it doesn't matter if it's BC or
Oh,
BC, BC, Columbia. DC or Marvel, they all kind of go around for like they're all like everyone's like throwing out quippy one-liners, or it's all like kind of made
Oh
for
yeah,
kids now.
yeah.
Kind of like Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh yeah,
The God Butcher.
Yeah,
It's kind of ironic they butchered the God Butcher because they really simpled him down.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
and there's a series that I know online. I don't really watch too much of it, but there's a series online by a guy. I can't remember his name. But he does a series for characters. They're called Too Powerful for, I guess you could say, the MCU.
Yeah, yeah.
And the reason why is because of in the comic books they have multiple comic books to stretch out his story. But if you were to put that into a movie narrative, especially for such a complex character, you'd have to do it like Thanos,
Oh,
where
yeah,
he's a build-up character, but maybe not that complex where it's going to take 10 years before you finally
Oh yeah,
figure out what this guy's about. But
I mean, the first Iron Man was out.
like
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like
So
almost like
13 years ago. Wait,
probably like
15
yeah,
years ago.
almost 20 years, 5 years. Jesus.
For me, like if I had to make my own superhero movies or TV shows, it would be like kind of dark, to be honest. It would be like if someone actually got powers, the first thing they would do is like rob a bank or do something selfish.
That's why I like the Batman Who Laughs. You guys ever look into the Batman Who Laughs? That's like one of my favorite characters because so basically what happened with Batman, right? So he actually defeated the Joker in his universe. And so what happened was that he came in, he kills the Joker, right? And then the last minute, the Joker releases had it to where he released the Joker toxin, and then Batman inhales it, and so eventually Batman, what does he do? He turns all of the Robins into like flesh eating I guess zombies, and then so he invades the Justice League Tower and he kills all of the superheroes including Superman, kills all of his superheroes and everybody in his universe, and it's called like the Darkverse, or it's the darkest universe you could go to. And so essentially what the Batman Who Laughs does is he goes into these different universes, turning different Batmans into the Batman Who Laughs. And it's like extremely dark. There's blood in it, and it's like crazy. Like he goes around murdering people, and it's like insane. And like James Gordon becomes one, and
he keeps hopping into like different realities,
yeah,
especially like ones that are like, I guess, dark, you would say.
Yeah,
he just kind of goes in there and messes around.
Yeah.
And he starts like collecting his own little like army of like dark Justice League, basically.
And I like the ending of it too, because in the end he like faces the original Batman, right? Where the main Batman, and he gets to him, and then the story ends off because in order to defeat the Batman Who Laughs, right, he kind of like becomes him. So he injects himself with the Joker toxin. And so in the end, he ends up defeating the Batman Who Laughs, but it ends off with the Batman kind of like smiling, and he's smiling. And it was like, well, the Joker still kind of wins, the bad guy still kind of wins because in the end. But yeah, I think that's all the time we have. So that was short.
So it just seemed quick.
Yeah, it seemed like a minute, but yeah, that's all the time we have. Thank you, Madden and Gerald. It was such a wonderful time, Nixie. And yeah, they are the Counting Coup. Yeah, Counting Coup film tribe, and they have their own films. Go check them out. And yeah, also check me out. My social medias will be right here when I edit it. But yeah, thank you guys. And that was 104.7 CFXX. Come on the way next because we got more great music. Nixie. And yeah, peace out.
Peace.
Ah.